today's video, I have got incredible woodland conditions with misty bluebell shots just like these. I've been staying nearby this woodland, and I actually came in here today hoping for a lot of macro shots, and I will do that in a separate video, but we started to get all of this mist rolling in, creating such amazing ethereal, moody scenes in amongst all the trees. But it's also mid-May and all of these bluebells have sprung to life, and we've got beautiful carpets of them throughout the forest. And so I'm combining those two elements, the beautiful bluebells on the ground and the amazing mist behind the trees. And I've been working a few compositions, and this is one of them that's sticking out to me right now. It's a vertical composition, and it really kind of focuses on this one tree in the middle as the sort of the subject, I suppose, but really it's one of those shots where there isn't really one specific subject. Having all that mist is really simplifying the scene, because without it we'd have a lot of branches in the background. It would look very messy, when actually what we've just got is just the main trunks of the trees standing out in the scene. So anytime you get some mist in your area, if you can head to your local woodland, it's a great opportunity to find some woodland shots. But the shot I'm going for here, I'm at f5.6, a 60th of a second. I'm going to focus first on the main tree trunk, and then I'm going to do another one on the bluebells in the foreground, because it may be that I end up focus stacking these. In this next shot, I haven't actually moved my tripod at all. I've just spun the camera a little bit on its head. So I've got this scene here where we've got lovely trees, but then just crossing between these two is this really vibrant patch of green leaves. It's a very subtle element in the scene, but it really caught my eye, and I just thought it's something that I want to try and incorporate into an image. So I'm focusing on those leaves. F10, a 40th of a second. I'm going for a vertical composition here because I just love these sort of dominant trees, and again we get that depth with the ones that are sort of fading out into the mist. But as a vertical comp, I've still got plenty of the lovely bluebells in that foreground. So again, I'm saying F10, 25th of a second. I'm going to focus first on the trees, and then I'm going to just do another one focusing on the bluebells, just in case I want to merge those in post for a sharper shot. I took a range of shots as the mists and the light changed under the trees. Mostly I shot using my 100mm macro lens on my Canon R5, which helped me get what I feel are neater compositions, simplifying the scenes in front of me to just the bluebells and the trees. That longer focal length helped give a more compressed look to the scene and helped emphasize the misty appearance of the shots. But I also took an image using the wide-angle lens of my video camera, which doesn't have the same ethereal feel to it, but does capture a more vibrant spring-like scene. It focuses more on the plant life in the foreground, including some vibrant green ferns, which I quite like. While the natural views were already beautiful, I did do some Lightroom work on the shots shown here today. Mostly just adjusting the white balance, some basic tweaks to exposure, and slight adjustment to the colours to turn some of those yellowy greens into more vivid emerald greens. I also did some object removal in Photoshop, as some scenes had a lot of chopped down dead branches littering the ground that made some of my images look quite chaotic and distracting. By removing them, I was able to achieve a more serene look. It's important to remember that my images here are my interpretations of the scene, not a scientific representation of precisely what was there. Any artistic interpretation, whether done on camera or done with oil paints or watercolours, will always have some kind of influence from the artist that created them. It's up to you to decide what you feel you should or shouldn't do with your own images, but I feel I've taken quite a light touch approach here that doesn't alter the reality of the scene I captured. But I think that brings me to an end of today's video. A bit short and sweet this week, but hopefully you've enjoyed seeing the images that I've got. If you have enjoyed this video, then do please hit that like button, and of course consider subscribing to my channel if you don't already, and I will see you next time.